Hello, my co-highs. Hope you're doing well. I'm your host, Senpai, and welcome to a special video, I guess. I don't know what to call it. I am joined today by a very special guest, so why don't you go ahead and say hello?
Hello.
Short and sweet. Love it.
Okay, hello everyone. This is Marco Makes.
Marco here has been nice enough to take some time out of his day, because I'm pretty sure he has a busy schedule, or schedule, as you say, to have an interview with us, which we're very honored to have him around.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Last time Marco was here on the channel officially was during our Path of Titans live stream. That was, God, that seems like ages ago now. Like 3 months, 4 months, was it? I don't remember. And now Marco's back.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Marco, I got a couple of questions for you. We're going to try to breeze through them as quickly as we can, because I got to make dinner. Alright.
What are you planning to make?
I am making what was it? It's like I gotta get my cookbook out. Oh my god, I actually have to get up from my seat and grab it. Ah! Yakitori spines.
Ooh.
It is a Japanese dish.
What's the ingredients?
Well, there is soy sauce, mirin, sesame oil, light brown sugar, garlic, ginger, scallions, chicken thighs, black pepper, 1 egg, and breadcrumbs.
Ooh. Oh, that's nice. It's my interview now. I'm going to interview you now.
Okay. We got 10 questions total. We're going to try to breeze through them as quickly as we can. You know, just knock them out. Just answer them as honestly as you can, or like as much as you can remember. Because this is some of the stuff does talk about like your past and things like that. Like nothing personal, but like about your work, you know?
Oh, okay.
Really professional. First question, which is a combination of mine and someone else's from Instagram. What made you want to make the RubberSaur line? How did your passion for sculpting, especially dinosaurs, start?
That's a good question. And I shall leave it a mystery. Bye.
How dare you?
No. Right. Oh my god, where do I start? Okay. When I was a little boy...
Oh, come on, Marco, get serious.
Well, passion for dinosaurs and sculpting dinosaurs, obviously. Jurassic Park, Stan Winston Studios. Mm-hmm. It all started from there. And I started making dinosaurs out of masking tape when I was about, I don't know, young.
Yeah.
I have no idea when I started, but I was pretty little.
Yep.
And funnily enough, I've never had a Kenner Jurassic Park toy, or a Jurassic Park toy.
When you were younger?
When I was young, yeah. When I was little. No, actually, I lied. I had one, and it was a gift, in quotes, from a friend of mine, yeah, because it was broken and he didn't want it anymore, so I just got it.
So you had a broken dinosaur?
Which one was it? It was a Jurassic Park 3 T-Rex.
Oh, well, you know what? That's totally fine. That T-Rex is rubbish anyway.
Yeah, I could already see some clear like inaccuracies.
Yeah.
When I was little with the sculpt.
Yeah.
And that stuff, and not being able to really buy stuff. Well, I wasn't poor. But the thing is,
not like Markiplier.
Not like Markiplier. The thing is, in Italy, in my hole of a place, which is it was a really small town. It still is.
I'm sorry. I hear you say hole. I think watering hole like a freaking bar.
It was a tiny little place, full of inbred people. And obviously there aren't any shops with Jurassic Park stuff, or the shops in town didn't have Jurassic Park stuff.
Did you not have Smiths or anything?
It was just usually like cheap dinosaur bags stuff. So those were like the extent of the dinosaur toys that I grew up with.
Ugh.
They were cheap, really cheap plastic dinosaur toys.
Like a
simple, the stuff that you find at Walmart,
cast
I guess.
Or something like that.
Yeah, so none of that Schleich stuff or anything.
Well, Schleich is poor quality anyway, so.
I did get that. Was probably the best stuff that I ever got, was a Schleich figure. I remember I got an Allosaurus from a friend once.
Yeah.
But but
Okay, but
so I never had Kenner stuff, so I had no idea of the existence of those because I didn't have the internet when I was little. I didn't have the internet until I was about 13, I think.
Oh wow.
I just loved dinosaurs, and then I went to school, and then I went to my art school, and then I went to university in the UK. I moved from Italy in 2015 to the UK, and I studied model design, character, and creative effects. And that's what kind of made me want to pursue sculpting, and that's what made me sort of get to work on film. I've worked on big films, feature films, you know, like Marvel stuff, and other stuff. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure how much I can reveal, but I have worked on pretty big stuff.
Well, you might want to save that for later, because that is a later question.
Okay. So, anyway, while I was working on that stuff, Fallen Kingdom came out, or was about to come out, and I was doing all my, my research on the internet because I wanted to sculpt some, because I love sculpting.
Okay, well, this I think sounds like what's leading up to the second question, because I think I should say it, because I think I know where this is going, and that is, what was the first ever RubberSaur you ever made, whether it was for yourself or for retail?
Okay, it was for myself, and it was a T-Rex, which is weird because my favorite dinosaurs from the Jurassic Park series have always been the raptors. But I thought, why not go big?
Go big or go
right? Well, the thing is, I got commissioned by Milliput themselves to make a T-Rex sculpt for them. So I did, and then I thought, what if I mold this and I try and make it bendable, So
in other words,
I was with Sora already, and we did a few test casts. And first we used polyurethane. Oh my gosh, what's it called? Cushion foam. But it wasn't very sturdy. It just tore. It just broke.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't consider that as a RubberSaur. But then later on, I did a harder mold, still using Milliput because I was doing it at home in my free time. I didn't really have much of the material that I would be able to use at work, so I just used Milliput to make molds. Reinforced them a lot with bits of metal that I found, and then I used the silicon putty that I learned from a YouTube channel called The King of Random.
Ooh.
Yeah, they made this really cool silicon putty by mixing, the silicon cork, the stuff that smells like vinegar.
Oh yeah, I can still detect that kind of smell in current RubberSaurs.
Yeah, in cornstarch. So I mixed that, and then I sort of pushed it into the mold, and I made the first T-Rex out of that stuff. Then my channel blew up, and that was it. Yeah, that was my first.
And the rest is history, basically.
It's not history. I'm not that big.
Well, you're still pretty big in comparison to other people, me included. I dabbled in a little bit of sculpting when I was 5 or 6. I had I love the zoo. I love going to the zoo and seeing all the animals.
Oh, me too,
I collected the maps like a mother humper.
Mother humper. No, get that image out of my head.
Banish that from your thoughts. But anyway, I would love to collect the maps. And what I did as a kid, and my grandparents and my mother will tell you, I would make a sort of 3D model out of nothing but paper and tape and what little toy animals I had, and make an entire exact up-to-scale replica of the zoo.
Oh, that's amazing.
And this is coming from a boy that was 7 or 8 years old.
Oh, it's funny you mentioned that, because I used to do something similar. I used to make little hedgehogs.
My mom would fall in love with you. She loves hedgehogs.
Yeah. Oh, my mum's a big fan of hedgehogs. It's her favorite animal.
Sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, I used to make them, and I used to make little houses for them with my
Aw,
friends.
that's precious.
It was shoe boxes and then we just make all the furniture inside, and it was like our homes, but
Yeah.
small and for hedgehogs. So I
Yeah.
guess I can see the fascination. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you had with making your little zoos.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Anyway, so I guess that leads me to the third question, which you almost answered, I guess. What other projects have you done in the past, be in your current occupation or even further back than that?
Right. So, projects. I'm going to talk about projects that I did during university that sort of led me into the industry.
All right.
So, at university, I had a chance to work on a bunch of different stuff, one of which was on a movie called Isle of Dogs, directed by Wes Anderson,
Now, why does that sound familiar?
because he has made other films like Fantastic Mr. Fox,
Ah,
which I don't know if you know or
yeah,
not.
I've seen that.
No. Yeah, he's made other films like The Grand Budapest Hotel.
You worked alongside that guy?
Yeah, I worked on his film. Yeah. Unfortunately, he wasn't present there. By the way, I probably should say that most Hollywood films are actually filmed, if not entirely, partially in the UK.
Really?
Yeah. Which is why Fallen Kingdom was completely filmed in the UK, as well as on location and other stuff.
I thought it was because they had a somewhat British cast.
So yeah, I worked on that stop motion animation film. I was thrown into it through university, so I was still studying back then, and it was amazing. It was truly an incredible experience because I got to work with people that are legends in the industry.
Okay.
And I got to witness and live through the production of an animated film. I mean, how many people can say that? It was amazing.
I animate my own stop
The
motion.
first thing that I did was build bits for the sets. This is from a guy that was just brought up in the middle of nowhere in Italy, suddenly been thrown into a big thing like this.
Yeah, that's gotta be a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it was really cool, really cool. I enjoyed every bit of it. So that was one thing. Oh, another thing is that when we were, I was working as a set dresser. So I was building bits of sets and then putting them together and sending the shots to Wes Anderson, who was in America at the time because he was shooting an advert for H&M.
Oh.
So he wasn't there. So we were Skyping with him, and he was like in his pajamas and stuff due to time zones. That was really funny. Yeah. Wes Anderson was directing me and the crew in his pajamas.
Wow. Yeah. That's so professional. When the big man comes into Skype and he's wearing nothing but his pajamas.
That's just how the industry is. It's not, everything's not.
It's not formal.
No.
I'm not formal. I'm wearing a Godzilla shirt.
So that was my first ever sort of big,
So here's
international
this is not part of the interview. This just came up.
Yeah.
Were you ever credited for your work in that film? Like, are your names in the credits?
Kind of.
Kind of. What do you mean? Kind of.
My university was.
But you weren't.
So I was part
specifically.
Of. No, my name personally, no, but my university is, because they sent out a bunch of students, so it was easier for the production to just put down, the name of the university, which they got wrong anyway.
Oh no.
Yeah, they called it college.
So they called it college when it's actually university.
Yeah, it's called University of Hertfordshire.
You talk about university, but where specifically did you go?
University of Hertfordshire.
Hertfordshire.
Hertfordshire, yeah. It is in the UK, and it's not too far from London.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the first project, international like big project I ever worked on. But
Yeah, that's
otherwise,
pretty cool.
yeah.
Like-
Otherwise, I was really into cosplaying. I cosplayed Iron Man.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hold the phone. Cosplay?
Yeah.
I'm being cancelled as we speak. Anyway, continue.
Why?
Continue.
No, you got to tell me why.
No, I was just doing like a cosplay thing. Like, I follow a lot of cosplayers. Like, they got some really nice outfits and things like that. I just never expected you to be a cosplayer.
Oh, I used to. Yeah, it was just Iron Man though.
I am Iron Man.
Yeah, totally in love with the dude.
Yeah. Oh, I got it too late. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool to be a part of a big project like that. I would have killed to have done something like that. But I do my own stop motion. Yeah. Like, you can find it on TikTok. Sometimes I post it on Instagram. But, you know, they're usually like 5 seconds long, and they're not really that great. Like,
oh, it's so much practical. Hard work, man. It is so crazy.
You literally have to animate, like, by taking photos, frame by frame.
Exactly, yeah. It takes so long.
Yeah.
It takes so long. Every Monday when we were in that production, we would get like a rundown of what we managed to do, or what the crew managed to do.
Yep.
So if we had some shots done, then that we would they would show them on a screen.
Yeah.
Every Monday morning before we started work, and sort of assess and get feedback from it.
Yep.
And it was crazy because you had Jeff Goldblum's voice going over these dogs, animated dogs, for like 5 seconds, and everyone was cheering. It was amazing.
One of my coworkers met Jeff Goldblum.
Huh?
Yeah, she met Jeff Goldblum. I'm like, shut up! Don't lie to me.
No, I haven't met Jeff Goldblum.
No, one of my coworkers did. Like one of my
wow.
One of the people I work with, she's actually met Jeff Goldblum. I'm like, shut up! Don't even lie to me about that.
How did she meet Jeff Goldblum?
I don't know the whole story, but she autographed like his book. If it were me, I'd ask for more than just an autograph. I'd ask for that and ask him to do the Ellie Sadler thing on camera.
Like with Beaver.
Yeah, like the tiny variations. Da 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 da. That would be awesome. I'd be like,
no imperfections.
Yeah. Like, this, my right hand has already felt Hawaiian rain. I want to feel the hand of Jeff Goldblum on my left hand. But anyway, I digress. Now, the fourth question, and this is more like your personal opinion sort of thing. How do you think your figures stack up in comparison to other brands such as, Mattel, W Dragon, Prime One Studios, etc.?
Right. All right. First of all, I would like to say that they are companies.
Yeah, obviously they're professionals.
Yeah. I started this stuff because I was passionate about it, and I am in no way like a company myself.
At least not yet.
Well, if you guys believe in me, then I could be.
I believe I can fly.
But stack up against them, I don't know if it's not up to me to compare myself with
big name companies like Mattel, like Prime One Studios.
Yeah, because they've got all the machinery, they've got all the contacts, they've got everything they need. I'm just a guy in my dining room making stuff. Right?
In your dining room.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I have worked professionally. It is my job to make stuff, but this is purely a passion project. Yeah. And I can see why people get upset because of me sort of criticizing Mattel or whatever. Yeah, so I don't think it's up to me to compare myself. Yeah. Although I do it all the time in my head because that's just how artists work. They just
I guess what it boils down to, because you won't how'd you say it again? Like, it's not up to you to decide how it stacks up against it. that's what the reviews are for. Because, like, we got Andy's dinosaur reviews, Dan's surprise, the Gaming Beaver, if he ever does it again, and, of course, me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's incredibly valuable. Like, the thing about the RubberSaurs raptor's teeth.
Yeah, you were mentioning about that. Like,
you told me that, you know, it would be best if they were, like, individually sculpted, and I would love to do that, but obviously I am limited by the stuff that I have, because the way that I do it, again, I'm going to compare myself to Mattel.
Go ahead. It's okay to give yourself some comparisons.
But it's just to explain something, right? So the way that I can do it is with silicone mold making, okay? And pour casting. Pouring resin or rubber or whatever in a mold. And the thing about pouring is that it's all controlled by gravity. And gravity doesn't always pull all the material where it should go, right?
Yeah, of course.
Whilst Mattel and Hasbro and all of those big companies...
Oh, screw Hasbro!
They've got injection molding machines, okay?
Yep.
So they can literally push and, like, I don't want to say squirt all the... they can there we go. They can inject all the, like, material into the molds, into the metal molds, so that it goes in every single little bit of detail. The thing about pouring, which is what I do, a lot of air gets trapped in.
Which is why you have all the air holes?
Yeah, exactly. Even if I manage to put air holes in the teeth and all of that, it's not guaranteed that they always come out. And because it's just me and Sora and Alex now doing all the work.
Yep.
It takes too long to be able to fix all the teeth, because all the casts never come out perfect, right?
Yeah.
Because of the nature of the type of molding and casting that we do.
Yeah.
So I would have to go around each and every single figure, fixing each and every single individual tooth, which would be an absolute nightmare. And that would drive the cost up so much, because it would take up so much time and resources and stuff. So the best way I thought was to, like, sculpt one big tooth and then sculpt grooves in it, because that means that the material can actually reach it, and then paint the teeth on individually. That is much faster. It's not quick.
It's definitely not, because you're adding more detail than if you were just like 1, 2, 3, I'm done.
Yes, but I know that if me and, I don't want to say my team because we're not really, like, big or anything, but me, Sora, and Alex had the accessibility to, you know, machinery like that, and we learned how to use it, I'm pretty sure we'd be able to come up with stuff that has finer detail, like teeth and stuff.
Yeah.
So I wish I could bloody make all the figures properly, but obviously I am limited. So I could 3D print everything, which would work, but the whole point is making them out of rubber. And there isn't really. Well, there is a rubber that you can 3D print, but it's still such early days and it's really expensive. And getting all the settings right on the printer is a nightmare. So I don't have the resources or money to delve into that just yet.
Yeah, I was making that comparison of the teeth between your first Velociraptor that I was given, and then the second one, the Lost World Raptor that you kindly gave me. I honestly prefer the individual painted look over the whole thing getting painted over. Like, in a weird way, I like it. Like, at first, when I saw, like, that one photo of the raptor, like, it must have been extremely bright light or something. But it was like, oh, that does not look very pleasing. But then I finally see the physical product, and I'm like, oh, shit, that's great.
Okay, well, let me know, again, even from the pictures. Like, if you see a picture and you don't like it, tell me, because I want to get it right, alright?
Yeah, I'll let you know. But, like, the final product, it's definitely satisfying. I can't really complain about it.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So the next question, this is kind of like a personal thing. Maybe it might have inspired you to make certain RubberSaurs. What is your favorite Jurassic World / Park film so far, including Camp Cretaceous?
Oh, okay. Right. I like all of them for different reasons, and it is very hard for me to put one on top.
It's kind of like asking you your favorite dinosaur. I can't simply choose one. They're like my children.
Exactly. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I've got to praise the first Jurassic Park because of everything that it's done.
Yeah. It was a groundbreaking thing back in the day.
Yeah. And because of that and because of how good it is and stuff, I want to say it's my favorite. But I remember when I was a kid, that wasn't my favorite one. And everyone's going to hate me, but my favorite one was Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This interview's over now. Goodbye. But seriously.
You know why it was my favorite when I was little?
Why was that?
Because, one, I wasn't really very smart. Well, no. It's because of the dinosaur designs. I didn't care about story. I didn't care about the characters. I really did not care about anything but the dinosaurs.
Whereas
and the dinosaurs in that film are the coolest freaking things.
Yeah.
Like
especially Spinosaurus. I'm assuming that one's like
ones.
I'm assuming Spinosaurus is like your favorite from that film.
No, it's the raptors.
Oh!
Yeah.
I forgot you were big on the raptors.
Male raptors.
Oh yeah, the
male raptors
JP3 male raptors. Beautiful.
Yeah, so when I was a kid, JP3 was my favorite because of the raptors, because of the atmosphere it had. It was dark and foggy, and the whole pterosaur scene with the pteranodon in the cage.
Yeah,
that was just so atmospheric. It just felt so nice. I don't know how to explain it, but just as a visually, it was really appealing to me.
It was an aesthetically pleasing thing to see.
Yeah, but now that with all the films and stuff, the new stuff that's come out,
and now that you're a little older,
yeah, I realize that it's clearly not a very good film because of the immense troubled production.
Not to mention the constant Amanda Kirby, Eric, Ben. Yeah. I'm like, oh my god, kill her!
I wish the Spinosaurus would have ate them. I just wish they.
Spinosaurus wouldn't have been a fitting death. They deserve much worse.
So, yeah, favorite Jurassic Park film now. Probably gonna have to be the first one because it's Jurassic Park. The second one, The Lost World's really. I don't know. They're all so good, but I really love Fallen Kingdom. I really love Fallen Kingdom.
I know a lot of people like to crap on it, but Fallen Kingdom is one of my top ones. It's not my favorite, but it's one of my top ones.
I honestly find that fine.
And I think
any kind of issues that it might have aren't issues that weren't already present in the other Jurassic Parks.
Yeah.
Like, Jurassic Park clearly has some issues in terms of continuity and errors and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And Lost World, there's a huge, jump between the two parts of the film. I mean, between the first three parts and the last part of the film.
Well, yeah, because we're on the island and then, boom, San Diego!
Yeah. And people being stupid, like Sarah Harding being a professional, but she forgets about the jacket with the blood on and stuff.
Yeah.
But
lucky pack, unlucky jacket.
Into it, though. Yeah, there's so much more into it, though. That I'm not going to delve into.
Yeah.
But that film's got some really subtle details in it that if you actually know how to take them and spot them, then you know that it's actually a much more complex film than you think. And I really appreciate that. And I absolutely love the feel of The Lost World. So I didn't really like it much as a kid because it wasn't Alan Grant. Again, I said earlier that I didn't care about the characters, but that's in Jurassic Park 3. I don't care about the characters in Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah.
But I do care about Alan because he was like the hero.
He was the main guy. He was the paleontologist.
Yeah. And I honestly didn't really care much about Malcolm when I was a kid because I couldn't understand what he was talking about. I couldn't understand what the hell he was going on about.
I don't think any of us as children were, but now that we're a majority of us are adults, I think we can understand it a little bit better.
Yeah. I really love his character now, but yeah. So the fact that Alan wasn't there and it was clearly new people and Sarah is irritating and there was Ludlow. He's annoying as hell.
Yeah, Peter Ludlow was a piece of ass. I just didn't find it that
pleasant to watch because I would get annoyed as a kid. But now I can appreciate it, and it's The Lost World's such a good film. But yeah, oh my gosh, I'm rambling.
Yeah.
My favorite films are Jurassic Park, top.
Yep.
The Lost World and Fallen Kingdom probably second.
Yep.
And then Jurassic World and Jurassic Park 3 probably at the same level.
Yeah. Like Fallen Kingdom.
I liked Jurassic World when it came out, but I don't really like it that much now because of the dialogue, and some bits are really unnecessary and slow, and just feels really cringy. I don't know if it's me or
No.
I don't know.
It's totally relatable.
Yeah, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. There's some bits of the dialogue where like, I wish they had not kept that.
Yeah, like the whole bit with Owen with Claire going to Owen's cabin.
Yeah.
I remember when they first released, because they released that clip before the whole film,
like
as like a
my gripe.
teaser.
My gripe about that scene is where Owen brings up is like passive aggressive, and he's like, "That's why you and I never had that second date." I'm like, I could have gone my whole life without that scene, and it would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's just trying to force onto.
It's forcing
a dialogue on a past that they had together, which
like, do we even care? I mean, by the way they talk to each other, they clearly already had a past.
Yeah,
and it clearly wasn't a good one.
It's a bit forced sometimes, and it feels a bit cheesy.
Not as forced as what's his name? Lowry trying to kiss Vivian. That was like, oh, why did you do that? And then at the end, where it's like, oh no, I have a boyfriend. I'm like, oh, I did not need that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's done to sort of relieve a bit of tension.
It is
the film. I guess that kind of works as a filming,
I guess it was like I think it was like a situation of wrong place at the wrong time sort of thing.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
I feel
I like Jurassic World, but it's not my favorite. Anyway, next question.
Well, the next question was one you already answered, and that was who is on your team, and you already said it was you, Sora, and Alex. Is there anyone else?
Me. I'm the sculptor and designer. Then I have Rod's random work as well. He helps incredibly.
Yep.
He's amazing. He helps me sort of design all the finicky bits with the articulation and what have you. He's such a lovely guy. But yeah, so with the Giga that we're making, we're making a RubberSaurs Giga, by the way.
I'm looking forward to seeing that, especially now that you redid the head.
Oh yeah,
I love the new head sculpt. There was I liked the original one, but I'm like, I look at it and I'm like, there's something not quite
not
there.
That's because I based it on the first sort of blurry stuff that we got, and that's what I saw from it. But then with the newer high detail stuff,
and then the render
came in.
It was like, oh, this is even better.
Yeah, every time I saw a new picture, I'd go, oh my god.
Yeah. And now we actually know that the Giga has like a broken piece of its mouth, like its jaw, like some of its gum.
Yeah, it's like a bit of skin is like
the little bit of its lip is gone. I wonder how that happened.
Yeah, then it's got 2 little scratches on its snout as well. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, going back to the question. So, yeah, Rod helped me. I did the sculpt of the Giga. He took it and split it and made some of the articulation bits.
Yep.
I design the smaller ones, like the Raptors. I do all myself, but for the bigger stuff, I need help because he's a professional.
So stuff like the Giga, the Spinosaurus, the T-Rex, you're gonna need his help.
Yeah. I mean, I could do it by myself, but it's
a lot of work.
He's much better than me, and the amount of time and effort that I would put into it wouldn't be. I prefer having him do it because I know I trust him and he does an amazing job.
Yeah.
So once he 3D prints them, the big things for me, and sends them off from Japan to here.
Japan? Ooh la la!
Yeah, he lives in Japan. Yeah. And then Sora molds them with silicon rubber. She studied at the same university as me on a different pathway, same course though.
I remember you on one of your live streams. I think it was your sticker album. You actually mentioned that you two met in university.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it's a lovely, cute little story, which I'm not gonna talk about here.
If you want to hear that story, go find his live stream and watch the whole thing.
Do that.
Watch him do the stickers, listen to him talk. You find out yourself. I will not link it. I found the story to be quite charming, and it's like a little everyday, like a slice of life sort of thing. Nothing really happened. Nothing really happened. It's just you found your girl.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Anyway, moving on.
She never learned how to make molds.
Right.
But she sort of tried it once here with the RubberSaurs, and she's a natural talent at it.
Yeah.
Incredibly, amazingly good at it. I just let her do it because I know I just screw it up.
You can't.
No, I mean,
you can't
I
stress
was a mold maker on the industry as well. Like when I was working on Warner Brothers, I was a mold maker there. And you know, I can do it, but I hate doing it, so I'll just let her do it. And she's naturally good at it, so you know.
Yeah, gotta do what you gotta do.
So she makes the molds. It takes a while because of all the bleeder holes we have to put in to make all the material go in the right places and stuff, and it requires a lot of thought and a lot of thinking behind it, which you don't really know if you buy a RubberSaur. You don't know how much work has been put into the molds, and I really appreciate that.
Like, here's the thing. Like, I can see, but like everyone can see visibly, like the figure you've made. What they don't understand, and heck, even me, we don't have a perception of just how long it takes, how much backbreaking labor and research and cost this all results in to give us a figure like this. Like, it takes a while, I'm imagining. Like, it doesn't take a day, it takes several days, weeks even.
It might take quicker than some people might think. That's people in the industry and people that do this stuff. Because I'm particularly fast at sculpting. Not to toot my own horn, but
toot toot!
I do sculpt a bit too fast sometimes, and it is a bit of a problem. I'm very impatient with myself and my own work.
It's kind of like, why are you running? Why are you running?
Knock it out, and then I want to see it done, and when it's done, I'm not happy with it, so I want to go back and redo it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sculpting bit's very fast, and then the rest, it just takes its time because of how it is.
Right.
And so once Sora's done the mold, we do a test cast to see if the molds actually work properly. So with fast cast or whatever rubber we have here, we just pour it, and I use that test, if it comes out all right, to make my prototype.
Right.
Which is what you see in the pictures that I release, on Etsy and Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
Then, once everything's okay, we send the mold off to Alex Kendrick, who is a star. He's a plumber.
A plumber?
Yeah. He started he wanted to do casting and making stuff during the pandemic, and he learned. And he's amazing at it.
Well, there's visual proof of it.
He's an incredibly fast learner, and we are blessed to actually have him.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
So,
it is truly. I don't even know what to say. It's crazy how quickly he managed to pick it up. he was the one that contacted me first. He said, "Look, I know you're like busy. I know you probably won't even reply to my comment, to my message."
Aw, that's great.
But he says, "I would like to start a project with you. I want to make dinosaur busts and stuff," and that's how the Kingdom collection started. And then we started making those, and I thought, you know what? He's bloody good at what he does. I'm going to have him cast my figures. So that's how he's joined us on the RubberSaurs, and he is breaking his back making these a reality. He's like,
Yeah.
he's bought himself a shed.
He's bought himself a shed just for the RubberSaurs and things like that?
Yeah, he's making his own studio just so he can cast the RubberSaurs
That's
make the kingdom stuff, and it's on his side. It's just purely love, towards the project.
Oh yeah, nothing but love. I can see like his work here, and then I'm assuming he sends the finished result to you, which you clean up and paint.
He's so funny because he says, "Oh mate, I've done the casts. Okay, cool, amazing." He took him like 1 day, crazy fast, and then he says, "Oh, the stuff arrives." He sends it via post, or he drives it down, and I open it up and I go through it, and everything's spotless.
Wow.
There's the occasional bubble of air, which is just the nature of casting.
There's no way to avoid it. It's just business.
Yeah, but man, the way this guy casts, I've never seen it before. And then he goes, "Oh man, there's an air bubble there, and there's another air bubble there."
So he knows that he's not perfect.
And I go, "Mate, shut up. These are perfect. What are you talking?"
So he degrades himself, basically.
Yeah, he's like,
I don't know if he's watching this. What's his name? Alex?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's watching this, but if he is, dude, I'm gonna say what Marco just said. Shut up. These are amazing. I don't know what you're talking about. They're great.
Yeah, the casts he pulls are some of the best casts that I've ever seen on something, especially on stuff this small. And it's easier to cast with fast cast in general. With this rubber, it's a bit harder to cast stuff because air gets trapped a bit more easily. And if there's an air bubble and you bend the figure, then the figure will break at where the air bubble is. Okay.
Yeah.
So, the fact that they come out so well is entirely up to him.
It's just smashing.
I'm really grateful. Yeah, he is smashing them. And that's all I've got to say. So then he gives them to me, and I clean them up because they need cleaning up because they've got
a little flat little bit of rubber that's still clinging on for life.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the seam lines. That's where the 2 parts or 3 parts of the mold, of the silicone mold, joined together.
Yeah.
It's natural for material to seep into that. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
It happens every single time with everyone in the industry. So it needs trimming, and then it needs assembling, seeing if everything is cast all right, which usually is. Cleaning up the seams takes a long time.
Do you have like a file you use, like a nail file? Do you use any scissors?
No, because it's rubber, you can't really file it. So I have to go around and cut everything.
With a knife?
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah, I have to cut everything. Then I dip everything in alcohol to get rid of any sort of release agent he used on the casts.
Right.
Let that evaporate, and then paint them.
Right.
And then I design the packaging, and I assemble them. Then Sora packages.
Oh wait, we're forgetting one person about the package art. Asena's born.
Oh yeah, of course, Asena's born. Sorry, I forgot because
don't leave your mate out, dude.
I've just finished designing the packaging of the Atrociraptors.
Oh shoot!
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
On that. So I completely forgot about it.
Well, come on, man. Now's your chance.
We do have Asena's born. Amazing artist, incredible person as well.
Amazing photographer. Jesus, I'd love to take photos. Right? I would love to take photos like that.
He is the best. He is the absolute best.
The best in the industry.
Yeah. So when I make the prototypes, we usually cast another 1 or 2 to send off to him.
Right.
And then he builds the set, and he takes pictures of them, and then I can use those pictures for the packaging.
Yeah, he's wonderful.
He is. Unfortunately, he doesn't really want to do the pictures for the new stuff, like the Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, and Dominion, because he's not a fan of those films.
But
So
hey-ho!
he doesn't really, because he's got a job, right?
Yeah.
He's got his own stuff going on, and the only time he does his photography isn't very often, and it's only for it's a passion project. So I don't want to force him to take pictures of stuff he doesn't want to take, you know?
Yeah.
I completely understand that. And
so I'm assuming...
I had to make my own set and improvise for the Atrociraptors. Yeah. It's nothing as good as what he does, but I think it does the job.
Well, we'll find out, won't we? And I'm looking forward to unboxing that. And then, of course, once the RubberSaur has been cleaned off, it's time for painting and putting it in the packaging and, delivering it to whoever bought them. Who bought them? What the hell? Bought them, excuse me.
If I was to make a video for every single RubberSaur, I would go crazy because which is why I haven't been really recording all the process for the RubberSaurs, because it's so stressful already. I don't want to add the stress of, oh my god, is it recording? Oh my god, my head's in the camera, it's covering everything, and oh my god, I gotta edit. Oh my god, my laptop's too slow to edit.
Oh my god, I just dropped water all over my painted Velociraptor and I just swore.
Beep.
Don't forget, I forgot about that.
So, yeah, but I am recording hand sculpting just for the channel.
Yeah.
And I the videos that I upload when I release a RubberSaur is usually just the painting, because that's the easiest bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, I can't wait to see the process.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did do the process, the full thing, on maybe 1 or 2 or at the beginning.
I remember you doing one on the Minisaur's Triceratops.
Oh yeah.
But that was for just one dude. And this is kind of like in the future. I know you've talked about this in the past, but for those of you who don't know, are there any plans to possibly make a Kickstarter for the RubberSaur line, or will they just be a main line of dinosaur figures if they're popular enough in general?
Oh, right. I would love to start a Kickstarter. I have no idea how to start one, and I get so easily stressed out by stuff that the idea of setting one up would probably kill the whole enthusiasm I have.
Well, you have connections. You have so many connections. You could probably reach out to someone that has done a Kickstarter in the past. David Silva, the guy that made Beast of Mesozoic, for heaven's sakes.
David Silva, but I didn't get anything back. He's probably so busy that...
Well, yeah, he's dealing with the Tyrannosaurus series, the new baby Ceratopsians that are coming out.
Oh my god, his stuff is so bloody good, man.
Yeah, and his Cyberzoic that's coming out.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's original, really original.
It is.
I might think of starting a Kickstarter once we get to a point where we think we can take this as a full-time thing. In the long run, what we want to do is be able to make and mass produce these things.
That's everyone's dream, because literally, if I had to wait 10 years for a freaking RubberSaur's buck T-Rex, I'm gonna lose my mind!
I mean, there is demand, right?
Yeah.
So the only thing that is missing is the money and time.
Yeah.
And hands.
Yeah, because you could... I think out of all those, all you really need is just more people. That's all it boils down to. More people. To work with you, to fund the thing, to give you the time.
It's a bit like Minecraft, right? If you want to craft something in Minecraft, then you look at all the stuff that you need, and then you need to you need to craft other stuff so that you can get the stuff that you need to craft. And then you have to go and get other stuff to make the stuff that you need to craft. You have to be able to craft the stuff that you wanted to craft in the first place, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't play Minecraft personally. I think it's cringe, but
it's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, but heyo, that's just the nature of the beast. Anyway, so moving on to the next question. We're getting to the last 3, And this one's an interesting one. This is also kind of like one of those personal, ooh, if I could do this, I would. If you could release any of the hybrid dinosaurs as RubberSaurs, would you do it? And which one would you want to do most of all?
Point number 1 is yes. Point number 2, I'm not a big fan of hybrids in general. Point number 3, there is an exception. Point number 4, I freaking adore the Indoraptor.
Yes!
So,
you said the right answer. I loved your resculpt of the Indoraptor head, the second one. That was brilliant. I love that one.
Oh, thanks. I absolutely adore the Indoraptor. It is my favorite. Favorite by far.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you know this, but there's actually a deleted scene that explains why the Indoraptor smiles in Fallen Kingdom.
Oh, I know that, yeah.
For those of you who don't know, I'll go ahead and spell it out. Apparently, the Indoraptor has Vietnam flashbacks. Earlier in its life, it had one handler that would abuse it by constantly zapping it with a cattle prod or a taser, whatever. And when he did it, he would smile at the dinosaur, like at its pain, at its suffering. Well, one day, the handler went into the Indoraptor's cage, and the Indoraptor smirked. And the guy was like, huh, that's weird, just before the Indoraptor kills him. To the Indoraptor, it associates the face of that man as this is the look of someone that's making me suffer or someone who's going to kill me. This is the face I'm going to make when I'm killing them.
Yes.
So if that scene had been left in Fallen Kingdom, I think it wouldn't have gotten so much backlash.
Yeah. Also, there was a scene where the Indoraptor's playing with a skull.
I forgot to add that!
Yeah.
He was playing with the skull of the handler he killed.
Yeah.
There was like a little animatronic, like it was in the bonus features. We see like its claws, like reaching for the skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's...
Yeah, the Indoraptor.
I can't believe that was all filmed 10 minutes away from where I lived.
Damn.
I know, and oh my god, I could have worked on that if I did on Dominion if I didn't have my health problems.
Oh, man.
I would have.
You would have done that.
I was in the industry. Yeah. I worked for Warner Brothers. I've got a resume. I could have worked there. My friend, a very close friend of mine, worked on it, and I don't see why I couldn't have.
Yeah.
People in the industry that knew me knows that I love Jurassic. So I did get messages from people in the industry saying, "Oh, by the way, we're starting the production of Dominion." It wasn't called Dominion back then.
It was called Ancient Futures, I'm imagining.
No, that was Fallen Kingdom.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, it's just because of stuff that happened in my life, I couldn't, and I'm kicking myself over it. But at the same time, I've been told that it was an absolute nightmare to work on that. So I know that I would have.
So maybe it was a blessing. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Really.
I think so. I kind of think so now.
Yeah.
You know?
If you ever made an Indoraptor, like if you actually got the rights to do hybrids, if you ever did an Indoraptor, I think it'd be pretty sweet if you included like a skull in the set, like a separate like skull, like model of a skull for the Indoraptor to play with.
Oh hell yeah!
That would have been like a little
Another thing. You know the cattle prods, dino prods used in Fallen Kingdom? The company I worked for made all of those.
Oh!
5 minutes away from where I live right now.
Ding! Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like you have you're so close to Jurassic, but so far.
I know, right? I was literally right there, but then
you're minutes away from like being around the people who made Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom and things like that. But it's just out of your grasp.
I am now where I live right now, where I'm talking from right now. I am a 10-minute walk from Warner Brothers Studios, where they filmed Harry Potter and all the films.
My mom would love to.
Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Yeah, my mom would love to visit that just because she's a big Harry Potter geek.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fascinating that I'm so close to everything that I used to work onto, but now I can't because of my health, which sucks.
Yeah. But yeah, we've established that Indoraptor would be your dinosaur. You would do hands down as a hybrid.
If I could make Indominus Rex, I'd definitely do that too. But Indoraptor's got a special place in my heart. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yes, I love Indoraptor. It's kind of like the Psycho of the dinosaur world.
Yeah.
But I feel like Indoraptor, this is my opinion, I feel like Indoraptor is more smart and cunning than the Scorpius Rex, in which the Scorpius Rex is just kill, 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 without even thinking. Like, the Indoraptor seemed even more clever than that. Like, it seemed cunning.
The Indoraptor actually could, like, I feel like it could plot stuff, but the thing about the Scorpius is that it's supposed to be unstable and very unpredictable in the sense that it might have, like, if it was a human, it would probably have multiple personality disorder or something like that.
And I've actually met people like that.
Yeah, because it says in the show that, you know,
1 minute it's placid, the next minute completely aggressive.
Like when Yaz was, I forgot what she was doing, but it was like in the middle of the night, and the Scorpius was eating a carcass or something.
Yeah, she was getting the anti-venom.
Yeah, and there we go. And it didn't give a crap.
Until it saw her and was like, wait for it, I'm gonna wait for her to start running. And then, okay!
Yeah.
I think that's like the mindset of every predator. And like even in like house pets like cats and dogs, they can't resist a moving target.
Yeah, yeah. Unless they're really sleepy.
Yeah. Anyway, so down to the final two. This one is sort of RubberSaur related, but also, you know, more than that. Are there going to be any other Jurassic or even dinosaur-related releases that are planned for the future, or ones that you want to do? So, like, you know, dinosaurs outside Jurassic World, or like scientifically accurate dinosaurs, for heaven's sake.
Well, I'm gonna keep making RubberSaurs, rubber dinosaurs, till I die.
Until you die.
Yeah. So I've got so much planned. I've got so many sculpts ready.
Yeah. So many sculpts, such little time.
In terms of Jurassic, I've got tons of stuff that is ready to be sort of printed and molded and stuff. But obviously, that's the bit that takes a long time, and obviously financially, I can't afford to do it. So yes, I am going to make more, and I've got them planned. In terms of other stuff that isn't Jurassic, the thing about that, if it's stuff like King Kong or Godzilla or stuff, I can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that because of copyright.
Yeah, but if it's other stuff like realistic dinosaurs, yeah.
Because you can't copyright a real animal.
Yeah.
Can you copyright the design though? That's my question.
I don't know. I have no idea, but I do have a Deinonychus ready, sculpted.
I mean, I review just about anything dinosaur. Well, I say anything, but really all I've reviewed is Mattel. Well, I've only reviewed their Epic Roaring T-Rex, which I've repainted. The Amber Collection Velociraptor. I have an Amber Collection Baby T-Rex and Pteranodon, but I never reviewed those because that's not going to get views anymore, obviously. So those are two unboxings that will never happen. And of course your RubberSaurs. Those get me views.
Oh, well, I'm happy about that. That's nice.
Yeah, but yeah, so there's that. And of course, the final question that's related to this interview anyway is, what is the future of the RubberSaurs Minisaurs? Because I'm looking forward to what's coming next, and the Kingdom collectibles. Because again, looking forward to that one.
Yes, right. So future of RubberSaurs. I'm going to keep making them, keep releasing them as soon as I can, with help from Sora and Alex. And if it keeps growing, then I'll expand and possibly make it get a proper, get them properly made, like injection molding and stuff like that.
Minisaurs.
Oh yeah.
The next wave, I'm pretty sure it's coming soon. We have
I've already got them. They're already made.
Yeah.
There's prototypes at least.
We got Spinosaurus.
It's just a case of. It's just a case of, getting down and making a bunch of them to sell. I have the Spino, the Giga, and the Carnotaurus.
I'm interested in painting the I love the Minisaurs. Like, I don't generally paint, But when it comes to these mini Saurs, God, I love it. It's like a pastime for me. Even though the last one,
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, the last time I did it, my hand was swollen to the size of a balloon because of a spider bite.
Oh yeah.
Well,
the thing about the mini Saurs is that it doesn't really require much. It's not too overwhelming to start a project like the mini Saurs to paint because they're small.
They're tiny.
It doesn't take too much material in terms of paint, and if you screw it up, it's tiny. Like you could just either buy another one, or like just prime it again and paint over it or whatever. It's just a little thing, and I think it's a great little thing that I'm definitely going to be releasing at some point.
Yeah.
But being busy with the RubberSaurs and the Kingdom collection as well.
You guys have been pushing that lately. Like what have you released in the last month? You've released 2 Velociraptors and an Allosaurus.
It's because we want to offer variety. Like we don't want to have one thing and then expect that to sell when there's nothing else going on, and then put another thing up and expect that to sell. If the RubberSaurs were 3D printable, I would release them as quickly as I can with a Kingdom collection,
Yeah, what are the Kingdom collectibles made of anyway?
What we want to do is like make all the prototypes for the stuff that we can make.
Yeah.
And if someone wants one, we could just 3D print it out just for them. So it's like made to order, right?
Yeah.
Which is the reason why we want to give people to choose, give the opportunity for people to choose what they want.
Of course.
But at the same time, that's the reason why we haven't been able to do the mini Saurs, is because the 3D printers that we have always been
just cranking out making the Kingdom collectibles.
Yeah, so once the Kingdom collection stuff, once we're happy with the variety that we offer, then we can go back and continue the mini Saurs.
As far as the Kingdom collectibles, those things are expensive as heck, man. Like, I had to really save up for one of those. I have no problem with that. It's gonna take me a while, but the one I really, really like, and this one you've teased already, the Buck T-Rex. That if I had only one Kingdom collectible, and that's probably gonna only be one, it's gotta be the Buck Rex. I have to have that one. It's my favorite.
Well, the reason why they're that price is because it makes sense for it to be that price.
Yeah, no, you could see the money's worth. I'm not the only one who's into this. Like, I show my friends at work this, and they're like, "Oh my god, this is made by this one dude," and in a very small team, he's just made this. Extremely expensive, and I can see why, because it looks like it's worth the money.
Yeah.
It is worth every penny. Not in just my eyes, but to complete strangers who you've never met, but that I know.
They're not small.
They are not.
They're quite sizable, but they're not too big like the Chronicle stuff. Which I want you to know that the Chronicle stuff sells for thousands. Yes. I thought we would try to offer something that is midway that people can save up for it.
Yeah.
But people who has the money can actually buy.
Yeah.
Comfortably, it's something that I know it's expensive for people in general.
But you know what? You got rent to pay. You got bills you gotta do.
You have to pay for my work and Alex's work.
Plus, you got bills.
Yeah, that. And they're not painted like the RubberSaurs either.
They are
tried to paint
far more detailed.
As they can. So, yeah. Oh, and the Chronicle stuff also comes unpainted most of the time.
What?
So, well, yeah, casts of stuff usually come unpainted. If you want them painted, they cost more.
Oh, ew.
And also, Chronicle stuff is wall-mounted stuff, and the Kingdom stuff is just meant to have. It's designed in a way that you can
just put it on your desk, on your desk, on a shelf.
They don't take up too much space.
I would have a designated spot on my desk just for that bust.
Well, the thing is, because if you buy something big, you really have to commit to it,
space.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered
and work into keeping it safe and putting it on a wall. If you're renting a place, most of the time you can't drill in the walls without asking for permission, and that's just hurdles in front of what you want to do, you know.
Yeah.
But having something that can sit on your desk and you can put anywhere, you can stick them on the toilet if you want.
I wouldn't want the
You can literally
T-Rex
put them anywhere you
on my
want.
toilet, no.
And they're not too big or not too small, just the right size to fit on a desk or on a shelf. They look nice.
Yeah.
And there's no one else offering stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nowhere. So that's why I feel like the price is justifiable.
Yeah,
the amount of work.
It's very much justifiable. It is. It looks like it's worth every cent. The work that's put into it, it's worth every penny. Literally, looking at it, and like, it's expensive, but you know what? For what it is, it's totally fine.
I mean, there's other collectible stuff that is roughly about the same quality that goes for much more.
Yeah,
so
the most expensive thing I've bought,
okay.
the most expensive thing I've bought for my channel, which is not here yet, is the Beast of the Mesozoic T-Rex, 27 inches long. Cost me $220, and that's just pre-order.
Yeah, and that's factory made. Okay, that's not handmade. Yeah. So all the Kingdom stuff is handmade. So you would expect it to be more expensive than.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still affordable for being hand sculpted. Sorry, a handmade piece.
Yeah.
You know.
I've also asked this because, like, there's a lot of things you posted. Like, we've seen, like, your sculpts, I'm guessing, of stuff like Spinosaurus, Corythosaurus, Parasaurolophus, that dino-damaged Triceratops that I like to talk about every now and again. It's all there. Like, I see your work, and I'm like, this is the future of Jurassic toys that I think everyone has been waiting for.
If you want to see the future of Jurassic toys, go look at Jurassic Justin's stuff.
Yes, I forgot about him. My God, I mean, he doesn't do RubberSaurs or any rubber figures, but the articulation of those figures, beautiful. I am kicking myself.
That's the real Amber collection.
I am kicking myself.
Articulated collector's stuff that is extremely, exquisitely accurate and very tastefully made and designed.
And painted like
you want to get something.
Like,
and if you want to support us like an artist, because if you buy stuff that is made by Mattel or other companies, okay, yeah, you're supporting them, but they've already got like millions. They're the biggest toy company in the world.
It's the smaller guys that really need the support
in the world. It would be even just buying one thing from a small artist.
Yeah, I'm kicking myself for not buying their Dimetrodon.
Yeah,
like I'm like
supporting buying something from someone that makes their stuff by hand and has a little business. It can change their world. It can change our world. Like it means so much. Like everyone says that. Everyone says, "Oh, it means the world and stuff." But I mean it. You know?
You do genuinely mean it.
It helps me pay for bills. You know, it helps me live. It is really important.
And not only that, but it helps you make more.
You as well, because you've been supporting us like crazy.
Of course, like
which is why I've decided to give you, you know,
the Raptor
stuff. But
and the tea. I still have that, by the way.
Oh, the tea. Yeah, the tea.
Yeah, thank you, Sora.
Oh, she's upstairs. She can't hear you.
Well, I'm pretty sure she'll watch this. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I am extremely grateful for sparing the time for this. Is there anything you want to say to the audience? Like any last minute thing before we wrap this up?
Bye.
Alright, this is one last question. But
Kidding,
this is not this isn't part of the interview. This is like purely like, where can people find you? Like on social media like we talked about your YouTube channel, but where else can we find you?
Right, yeah. You can find me on my YouTube channel. I highly recommend you follow me on Instagram because that's where I put all my updates. YouTube is where I have most of my following.
Yep.
But Instagram is literally where I post all of my stuff because it's easier and quicker for me to do so. So if you're subscribed onto my channel but you're not following me on Instagram, definitely go follow me on Instagram. If you're not subscribed to my channel, go do it because that's cool. And I've got a Facebook page, but I don't really follow much that because Facebook's dead. And I'm not doing a very good job.
But you know what?
I'm really bad at this.
Yeah, but you know what? Facebook's is almost as extinct as the dinosaurs, so I'm pretty sure it's fine. Everything's now on either Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, wherever. Anywhere that's not Facebook, it's on there.
Cool thing. Oh, by the way, I have a Patreon, which you obviously know.
Oh, yeah.
But I recommend that you just click on the one link that I have, which is my link tree. That will take you to every single platform that I have.
And of course, I will link it in the description down below.
Thank you very much, Tyrannos.
Oh, one more thing. This is not a question. This is actually a comment from one of my subscribers that they wanted to throw out. I'm pretty sure they're going to be happy about it. So, Kylie Lennington, this is from Kylie Lennington. You are Pog. Just want to say it, not a question, but you are Pog.
What does that mean?
It means you're, like, the best.
Does it stand for something? Is it P-A?
P-O-G.
Oh.
P-O-G. What does P-O-G mean? I'm looking it up, and it's saying a cardboard or plastic disc printed with a... What the hell? That's not what it means. That, like, in that context, that's not what it means. Used to express excitement, amazement, or disbelief, usually when a streamer pulls off an impressive play, a big clutch, or a talented skill. That's it.
Oh, I really appreciate that. What's their name again?
Kylie Lennington.
Kylie Lennington.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
But anyway,
it's really sweet.
Yeah. Anyway, it's an hour and a half. I got to start editing. Thank you, Marco, for taking time out of your busy schedule, to do this. This is a lot of fun. I love having you on the channel. Love to have you back here again at some point.
Oh, definitely. I really appreciate it, and
of course,
it's my absolute pleasure to be here.
And of course, me and my subscribers, hopefully my subscribers, will continue to support your work and everything you do. But anyway, guys, it's the end of the video. I'm going to let Marco do his thing. He's got a premiere in 5 hours. Maybe you'll catch it today, maybe not. But anyway, this is where I'm going to end the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe today, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything new, link to the Discord, and to Marco's link tree in the description down below. And until next time, this is Marco Makes and Tyrannos Senpai signing off. Alrighty then. Take care now. Bye-bye then.
Bye then. And wear your seatbelt.